Hey guys, so like I always say, campers are like houses. You got to fix them from time to time. Last camping trip out, we noticed that under the bed in the corner was a bit of a wet spot, and no, it was not from me. So I did some investigating and discovered that the fill tube, where you put the fresh water into the tank, was actually leaking. And of course, there was absolutely no access to get to that tank, so things kind of escalated a little quickly. Let me turn you around and I'll show you. All right, so to get to the tank and the fill tube, I had to take out the entire seat, which is fiberglass. And so actually it wasn't as bad as I expected. It was only maybe 8 screws. And then I did find the culprit, which was this tube. Let's see here. It's kind of hard to see, but there's holes there, and that is from the metal clamp that was around it. It basically wore away, and anytime I would start filling the tank, water would end up there. And it actually looks like it had probably been leaking for a little while. Thankfully, I caught it before it did any damage. So I have to replace the tube from here to here. I got a new piece at the hardware store that I'm going to put in. And I also think that I'm going to try to reroute this vent tube and put it up a little, because it came right here. I think I might put it up here just so that I can get more capacity in my tank, because anytime that this tank was getting full, yeah, the water came out the vent and then it never filled all the way. So let me do that. I'll get back to you and see just how horrible this is. Okay, we got updates. So as you can see, I put the new hose in. I used a heat gun to kind of make it a little bit softer. It was easier to get on the ends then. Also, I drilled a new hole up top here and ran one of these guys. It's hard to see. Maybe put it down. So it's got the barbed end here and a threaded end here. I put the threaded end outside. The hose connects to it. This is what I ended up using. And actually it was a pretty easy fix. Let's go outside and I'll show you it. Okay, so here is that new piece that I drilled the hole, put it in. The threaded end is out here, and I wish I would have thought of it when I was at the hardware store, but I'm gonna get a cap that I can put on here so that if it's full while I'm driving, I can put a cap on there and it doesn't splash out. That is where the old hole was, the old vent tube. I just put some silicone on that, and that should be good to keep from any critters getting in there, any bugs. So now the next step is to hopefully put the seat back together, which is sitting over there. All right, as you can see, I got everything back together. Surprisingly, it went back the way it was supposed to. I filled it up, checked it, everything went well. I would say the vent tube, if you're taking all this apart anyway, go ahead and maybe do that. You get a slight bit more capacity, but I definitely would not rip all this apart just to move your vent tube. But other than that, yeah, it all went well, and hopefully no more problems. See you next time.